This video examines the connection between Crown Perth Casino, formerly known as the Burswood Casino, West Australian police and politicians, and how these two men, Umit Gungor and Peter Ross, were allowed to assault patrons and destroy personal equipment with apparent immunity from police. Here I am seen walking out of the casino. I was not asked by anyone to leave at any stage, and I was not aware I was being followed by Peter Ross, who is walking behind me and a few metres to my left. It is obvious I'm walking out, and had Ross done nothing, it is clear that I would have just walked out and there would have been no incident. From this angle it can be seen that Ross is some distance away from me, and cannot be considered to be escorting me out. As I walk out, I am talking on the phone to my friends. Approaching the door, Ross moves towards me and aggressively pushes me from behind, apparently mistaking me for someone he has already asked to leave. Gungor rushes in and assists Ross, throwing me to the ground. Gungor has no legal reason to do this and has admitted the only reason he did this was to help Ross. He did not even stop to consider whether Ross was the aggressor in this case. Without even allowing me to regain my feet, the pair then throw me outside onto the pavement. Seeing the injustice of this, my friend Astrid is quick enough to grab a camera and film the attack. The aggressive pair then return to the lobby of the Intercontinental Hotel. However, once inside, they realise they have been filmed breaking the law. They return to confront Astrid, charging at her, shouting her to stop filming as they come. Astrid's fiancé Simon is circled on the right, and his hand is circled as he warns the aggressive pair to back off. But they both rush at Astrid, pushing Simon aside. Gungor then assaults Astrid, smashing her camera in the process. The instant I saw this, I came to her defence. This resulted in about 10 cowardly security guards rushing over in the belief they had the right to assault me. This attack was a direct result of me coming to the aid of a woman who was being assaulted by Umit Gungor, security shift supervisor. The violent nature and methods of these guards must be questioned. I am lifted off the ground by my throat, causing me to choke. Police dismiss this, saying, "There are questions about the methods of security guards, but these are not questions for the police." The biased nature of the police would soon become even more obvious. In a fair and just society, there is no way this can be considered reasonable force. After the ordeal, my head injury is clearly visible, and back in the holding cell, Gungor is seen bragging how I received it. It is another example of police allowing casino security to go unchecked. 5 officers responded to the emergency call from my friends. Police notes show security guard attacked guest outside hotel. Unnecessary force to restrain. Ladies' camera seized. Camera damaged. Digital small Lexus, $800 to $900. Police had also identified 7 potential witnesses to Gungor's crime. But despite police officers saying it was hectic, 3 officers were sent home due to no overtime being approved. Overtime should not be a concern when a crime has been committed. Or was there another reason to send these officers home? The officers sent home conceded they knew I was assaulted by Ross inside the casino. But Constable Ball, in charge as the case officer, never used the notes of the police sent home, or did he contact the witnesses they identified, claiming later when shown the notes, "That is the first time I've seen them." This is particularly suspicious considering Constable Ball did not take any notes himself. Ignoring the 7 available defence witnesses, Constable Ball then sets about finding his own witnesses. At the time this was filmed, Peter Ross, shown here in the spotlight, was charged with assault occasioning bodily harm. He is obviously a violent man looking for action. Ross was already known to police, and police appeared intimidated by him, allowing Ross not to make a statement and not to appear in court. When Ross was contacted by Prosecutor Lawler, Ross told Prosecutor Lawler, and I quote, "to get fucked," and hung up. This is outrageous. No other member of the public would be allowed to treat the police with such defiance, but it seems security guards are allowed to get away with anything. Police then left Ross alone and refused to make him testify, as they believed he would harm their chances of a successful prosecution. Police were in fact conviction-orientated and not justice-orientated. Only one person was found as a witness supporting Gungor, that being Cassinda Buckley Stanton, the Intercontinental Hotel reception manager. She was muddled and claimed to have been threatened at her reception desk. But despite cameras being trained on her position and over 1,500 cameras in the complex, there is no evidence of this or anyone threatening her. In addition, she describes this person clearly as having sandy blonde hair and wearing a grey suit. Here is a picture taken by security of me on the night. My hair is almost black, and I'm wearing blue pants and a green jacket. Police notes also record this description, yet here I am, standing under their noses as they write. In addition to this, both the statements of Buckley Stanton and Gungor don't even remotely match the CCTV evidence. Constable Ball sent Constable Kirstein, who was on probation and just promoted from the booze bus, to view the CCTV footage. Given the vast amount of evidence against Ross and Gungor and available witnesses, plus the CCTV footage, I was stunned when Kirstein returned and Ball arrested me.
Right. Okay, Greg, we're going to go. We're going to take you back to the police station, okay? Because you're under arrest. Allegation of an assault, okay, which my colleagues...
There is much speculation that this was done to protect the casino from a lawsuit. Additionally, Ball accepted the CCTV evidence from the casino and allowed them to edit over 30 minutes of footage. This manipulation of the evidence alone should be a crime. Ball defended this and his laziness in not watching the CCTV, saying the CCTV footage from the casino is normally very good. Without notes and not having watched the CCTV footage, Ball was open to manipulation. Gungor misled Ball, saying, while he was speaking to another member of the party, the accused punched Gungor. But the CCTV footage shows this is not true. Gungor is clearly shown assaulting Astrid, breaking her camera before I defended her. However, police ignored this and continue to ignore this. Ball then turned Gungor's false statement into material fact. Unusually, before the trial, my lawyer contacted the police and advised them they had arrested the wrong person. However, police ignored this despite the fact that the only evidence they had was the evidence of 2 casino employees, which were contrary to the available CCTV footage. Even Peter Ross, the violent instigator of the attack, didn't support Gungor. Contrary to clear CCTV footage and available witnesses, police doggedly continued to prosecute. It is unclear whether this is due to corruption or pure incompetence. Notably, police deemed this action to be in the public interest. In court, the magistrate took little time finding the truth and ruled that Ross and Gungor had illegally assaulted me, and I was indeed innocent. He commented that the actions of the security guards on the night should be further investigated. Furthermore, he said that had police properly investigated and subpoenaed Ross, they would have had a better understanding about the viability of their case. However, police have treated His Honour with contempt and refused to arrest Ross and Gungor, saying His Honour's findings are just one man's opinion. They have wasted much time and public money creating reports to justify themselves. While these reports have identified many mistakes in the police investigations, one would assume if these were honest mistakes, police would move to correct their errors by arresting the security guards. Instead, it appears they are trying to cover up this disgraceful piece of police and security work. There is already much public distrust of the relationship between police and the casino. Police need to demonstrate their separation from the casino. Not to arrest these security guards fuels this distrust. The Premier of Western Australia, Mr. Colin Barnett, wrote me a letter saying, "It is not believed to be in the public interest to proceed with criminal charges against Ross or Gungor." Surely it was not in the public interest, Mr. Barnett, for the police to try to prosecute a man for defending a woman. The Minister for Police and Women's Interest, Minister Harvey, believes this isn't compelling evidence. Most people find this is compelling evidence, Minister Harvey. Ordinary people like you and me have died at the hands of Crown Casino guards around the country. It is time our politicians stood up and brought the police and casinos into line as we have elected them to do so. Not to take action in this case indicates to the public that the Premier and Minister for Police have given the casino and the police their consent. The public trusts the police to do their job competently, fairly, correctly, and above all, independently. For the police not to prosecute Ross and Gungor is a betrayal of public trust.